dumbass. Answer the question, dumbass. Ha, 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 ha. Where was he voted in? Answer the question. Dude.
Anything I can do to help your mental health hotline.
Okay. Well, why would you call it a mental health hotline? I'm curious. Are you being facetious or?
Well, you guys are saying nobody voted for Elon.
Who voted for
how
Elon?
How many primaries did Kamala win?
Okay, so hold on. Let's start with Elon. You asked Jeff.
Your show's a joke.
Jeff. Either you're willing to have a conversation with your stupidity, or you're not. Anybody could call into this show and laugh like a Tucker Carlson hyena and call somebody names, but few Donald Trump supporters are actually willing to have a conversation. Now, we didn't hang up on you. I'll give the MAGA moron another opportunity. Okay, so lower him down. Let's not put him back up yet. So I'll give you an opportunity. You asked me a question, and I'll answer your stupid question. First of all, yes, Elon Musk is not an elected official. You see, sir, Kamala Harris was voted in as an attorney general, okay? I'm sorry, district attorney, and Kamala Harris was voted in as a senator. You see, the people had to vote her in as a senator, as a sitting senator, and Joe Biden had the opportunity to choose who he wanted as his, wait for it, vice president. Now, let's see if you're able to have a respectful and intelligent conversation. I'm going to say the odds are probably 20-1 that you're able to. But what do you disagree with me on what I just said there, sir? Let's see if you're capable of having a conversation. Are you capable, sir? Are you capable? Don't me. Are you? Pot him down again. This is your typical MAGA supporter with a 20 IQ that is not capable of having a conversation of any relevance or intelligence. I've now given him multiple opportunities. He's trying to compare Elon Musk, who has never been an elected official, to Kamala Harris, who was a sitting senator, and the people of San Francisco also voted her in as an attorney, as a very powerful attorney. So, sir, what have I said that you disagree with? I'm giving you an opportunity. What? No, I'm asking you a question. Don't me or say something stupid. What have I said that is not factually accurate? Let's see if you have an IQ over 20, if you actually can have a conversation. What did I say that you disagree with, sir, that you don't think is factually true? Go ahead.
Here, FACTS, facts. Lost every swing state. She's not even in the Democrat Party.
Pot him down again. She was a sitting senator voted in. What are you talking about? Sir, was Kamala Harris not a voted in sitting senator? Yes or no?
Primary.
No.
Primary.
No. And what primary was Elon Musk in? Was Elon Musk ever an elected official? Ever? Was Elon Musk ever an elected official?
I could tell
Hey, dumbass, why don't you answer the question, dumbass, bird for brains? Was Elon Musk ever an elected official, and was he ever voted into anything in his life? Kamala Harris was voted in as in a very prominent job as an attorney in San Francisco twice. She was also voted in as a senator. Please give me Elon Musk's resume, and where was he voted in, dumbass? Answer the question, dumbass. Ha, 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 ha. Where was he voted in? Answer the question. Dude. Okay, obviously you're not smart enough to have a conversation. Take a hike, you frickin' moron. 702-221-7283 is the number to call. It's just the guys that can't even have a conversation. He's so dumb. He's so stupid. He's not even capable of having a conversation. He's trying to compare Elon Musk to Kamala Harris as far as an elected official goes. A woman who was the vice president, who became a senator and an elected official in San Francisco as a very prominent attorney. But this idiot calls into this show and says, what about Elon Musk? What about Kamala Harris? Sir, go back into your mobile home and count your 3 teeth.
Sir, you are complete jackass. Do you hear me? And I tell you what, if you'd ever been brought up with a woman like me, your mouth wouldn't be like that.
Hello, Brian. How are you doing? How are you doing today, sir?
I am doing good, Dimitri. Thanks for calling in. What's on your mind today?
Well, I've been turned on. Well, I shouldn't say turned on, but I've been brought to your show because, well, maybe my wife will be turned on. But
Fair. I don't want to do that to you, sir. Go right ahead.
But first of all, I want to say they should have hung Mike Pence.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop, 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 stop. Stop. Why would you make a statement like that?
Because I've been pre-programmed to listening to Trump.
Okay, hold on. Are you being serious, or are you joking?
Well,
This is not a
well,
joking topic. Hold on a second, sir. With all due respect, I don't know if you're joking or not. I don't know you. When people make a statement like "hang Mike Pence," that's a serious thing.
well,
That's a
I
threat.
should have said, no, sir. I don't mean that by any means. I don't have a violent bone in my body. Never.
So why
been
would you
violent
say that
or
then? So
anything.
why would you say that then?
Well, I was just repeating talking points that have been.
Okay, well, let's not repeat talking points. Are you a MAGA supporter,
Yes,
sir?
sir.
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me why. Let's not do talking points. I want to hear from you. I want to get your
Yes,
opinion,
sir.
and I appreciate you calling in. Are you happy with where the economy is right now? I mean, do you think things are going well?
Oh, you had to start with that, of course.
Well, of course I'm going to start with that. It's kind of important, don't you think? People are losing their jobs across the country. The Dow has plummeted. Stock market has plummeted. People are suffering, right? I think that's a fair question to ask, is it not?
It is.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm not.
Okay, I appreciate your honesty. What about his behavior? I'm trying to figure out why you voted for him to begin with. What was it about Donald Trump that you said, I can't vote for Kamala Harris?
Okay, I'm trying. Okay, why?
Yes, sir.
Because all the United States presidents have been men, and
All the United States presidents have been men, and that's the first thing you bring up as to why you voted for Donald Trump, because he's a man, because he has a penis?
well, I didn't actually think of it like that.
Well,
but
you're saying he's a man, and clearly that's important to you, and you're basically saying that if you're a woman, I will not vote for you because of what is between your legs. That is what you're saying, sir. Are you saying women aren't capable or can't possibly lead a country because they're a woman? Is that what you're saying? Help me understand, sir. If I'm wrong, please tell me. The first thing you
Well-
said as to why you voted for Donald Trump was not a policy. It was because he's a man. I find that
Okay,
very
so-
interesting.
Okay, so I'll put it to you like this.
Okay.
Right, I bring home the paycheck, and I allocate a certain amount to my wife to do what she needs to do around the
Okay,
house.
that's your
But the rest
situation.
of it-
That's your situation.
Correct.
Not every family has. In fact, there are plenty of women that bring home the dough. So that's your situation. That would you? So are you? I don't understand. What does that have to do with it?
Well, because in the history of the United States, the men have brought home the bacon.
Is that going on right now? So because in the history of the United States, at one point, black people were able to be owned. Does that give you a reason not to vote for a black man?
No, I
Okay,
would
okay.
never agree to that.
Oh, okay, so don't talk to me about the past. I don't care what happened right now in this conversation 60 or 70 years ago. We're talking about 2025. And quite frankly, sir, with respect, I don't care who brings home the bacon in your family, because there's plenty of women out there that make a lot more money than I make and probably a lot more money than you make. So that is irrelevant. Tell me why you didn't vote for Kamala Harris, and don't tell me because she's a woman, because with respect, sir, that's a misogynist statement, and quite frankly, you should be better than that. So give me some real reasons why you. I find it very troubling that that's the first thing you brought up, man. But I'll ask you again. Give me some real, if you can, legitimate reasons why you didn't vote for Kamala.
Okay. I've been here multi-generations, 3-4 generations, and I've always, my family's always provided.
You're
built
going,
businesses.
you started the conversation with talking points, openly admitted that, and you're doing it again. Stop talking about the past. Kamala Harris was the attorney general. Kamala Harris was a senator. She was the vice president. So I don't need to hear about how successful you are. Give me something about Kamala Harris and the reason why you didn't vote for her, and then give me a Donald Trump policy that you like. And don't say it's because he's a man, sir. Come on, you could do better than that. At least I hope you can. Go ahead, my friend. Go ahead.
Thank you, Brian. Well, and unfortunately, I'm going to bring up an old talking point. Kamala slept her way to the top.
No, she didn't. Why would you say she slept her way to the top?
I mean, that was a running news cycle.
That was running. No.
presidential
No. Just because some right-wing idiots make statements like that you just made doesn't make it true. Give me specific reasons why you say she slept her way to the top.
I couldn't.
You couldn't. So why would you say something so stupid then? Why would you say something like that? The guy who you voted for has been with so many women out there. By the way, 25 women have accused him of assault, liable abuse. He's a liable sexual abuser. He has 5 kids with 3 different women. He's never been honorable to one woman. He had unprotected sex with a porn star 2 weeks after Barron was born. Yet you want to make an unsubstantiated claim that she slept her way to the top, and even you admit that you can't prove it and you don't know. You heard it on some news cycles. Sir, give me a break. Is this a serious call?
If I may add one last point.
Yeah, if you could make one that makes sense, I would appreciate it.
It's like that 70s skit from Saturday Night Live. We're 2 wild and crazy guys. Guys rule the world.
Okay, so you're just going to call in and be a misogynist, right? Is that what you're going to do? Is this the way you talk to your wife? Is this the way you live your life? Are you?
Well,
why don't you just admit you're a misogynist? Because now I'm at the point. Now I'm at the point where I believe you are just a misogynist bigot. I've given you multiple opportunities to come up. Can you name me one Trump policy you like? Name me one. Forget about your hatred towards women for a moment, because you're probably a 65-year-old virgin. Name me one thing that you like under Donald Trump, an actual policy. Can you do that, sir? Can your brain allow you to do that?
Actually, no.
So you called into this show. You can't
Yes,
name one Trump policy you like. I asked you why you voted for Donald Trump. You say because he's a man, and then you claim Kamala slept her way to the top. Unsubstantiated. You can't come up with any evidence, self-admittingly, to admit that. You brag about how you bring all the money in your by the way, I don't believe you now. You probably don't. You're probably on unemployment. You probably are jobless, and you probably live off your wife. That's what I'm starting to believe here, sir. How can I take this phone call seriously? You sound like you're an ignoramus, and quite frankly, you sound like you've treated women. Either women have treated you horribly because you're a douchebag, which I'm thinking that probably is true, or you're a guy that women pay no attention to for obvious reasons. I don't know. I mean, I guess women have good taste in men, clearly, because I don't think you've probably ever been with a woman before. But with that off to the side, sir, I'm going to give you one more opportunity because I'm in a good mood today. I really am. You might be putting me in a bad mood, but I'm in a good mood today. Can you name me?
Apologize.
Well, listen, don't apologize to me. Apologize to all the women for being so stupid and making misogynist comments. Okay. If you have some policy disagreements of Kamala, I'm open ears, fair conversation. I might not agree with you, but that's okay. We can have that conversation. But when you call into a radio show and you make such absurd statements like that, here's what I'm going to do for you, sir. Okay. I'm going to give you a gift. Would you like a gift, sir?
I don't believe I need one.
No, I think you do. So Darlene is a regular caller to this show. She happens to be a woman, and an intelligent woman, and she has something she would like to say to you, sir. If you go ahead, Darlene, you're on. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I've just been waiting. Sir, you are complete jackass. Do you hear me? And I tell you what, if you'd ever been brought up with a woman like me, your mouth wouldn't be like that. You are a complete idiot.
Sir, would you like to respond to that?
Yes, sir. Yes, Brian, and yes, Miss Darlene.
Go ahead.
I was actually just saying, I'm a Democrat full and through, and I was raised by my mom. I love you guys.
Okay, I don't believe you.
Oh my God!
I don't believe you, sir. I really don't believe him. He's not
actually.
No, I
about
don't.
a
Get rid of
pussy?
him. Get rid of him. I don't believe him. Here's what I think happened, Darlene. I think he got caught. He said a lot of stupid things. And then when he realized he couldn't defend his misogyny, because if he made those statements on a Republican show or a right-wing echo chamber show, They would have nodded their head. Yep, you're right, sir. Yep, you're right. Sean Hannity, Mark Levin.
You're
But
right.
that's not me. I won't do that. So then when we pointed out his misogyny and you gave it to him, he gave up. And he said, guys, I'm really a Democrat. I'm really on your side. No, let me tell you something. If you were on my side, you wouldn't be talking like that about Kamala Harris. If you were on my side, you wouldn't be making jokes about Kamala sleeping her way to the top. If you were on my side, you wouldn't be saying the things you were saying on this show. He got caught. Have you ever called Kamala Harris the N-word? Yes or no?
I may have. I don't know. I haven't. Yeah, I don't do a lot of thinking about it.
You're
sir.
running
I
for
voted
mayor.
Mr. Trump for one main reason.
Hold on a second.
Yes,
You're
sir.
running for mayor of Biloxi as a Republican,
Yes, sir.
and you just
Yes, sir.
admitted that you might have called Kamala Harris the N-word. You support Donald Trump, and he's the one who pardoned a bunch of.
No, I voted for Donald Trump because I didn't like the alternative.
Is it because she's black?
The alternative was
Have you ever called? Have you ever called Kamala?
corrupt.
Have you ever called Kamala Harris the N-word?
Kamala Harris almost let some guy, I don't know, there was evidence presented that this guy was innocent, as the lawyers presented.
Have you ever called Kamala Harris the N-word in your home?
Well, I don't know, she's married to a Jewish businessman.
Didn't ask you who she was married to. Did you ever call her the N-word, sir? You're running for mayor of Biloxi. Have you ever called Kamala Harris the N-word?
Really thought a lot about Kamala Harris. I voted for Donald Trump because he was the lesser.
Have you ever called Kamala Harris the N-word? Yes or no?
I don't even think I've talked much about Kamala other than their bad job as.
Can you say no?
Deputy Attorney General or Attorney General.
All right, so you won't answer that.
For sleeping with Willie Brown.
Okay, what is that? Okay, well, what does that have to do with anything? I'm asking you if you ever called her the N-word. That's all I've asked you.
I don't recall ever thinking much.
So
about
you don't.
I
Okay.
voted for Trump for one major reason. He said that if he, like all the Republicans running, even before he got down to Trump, and before DeSantis got out of the race and everything.
Okay, but hold on, sir, Jordan. You just said you had a problem with Kamala Harris 30 years ago, allegedly having an affair with Willie Brown. What about Donald Trump sleeping with a porn star 2 weeks
I
after?
don't support that.
Well, wait a second. He's a liable. Hold on a second. He's a liable sexual abuser. He's cheated on every woman he's ever been with. But somehow you want to bring up Kamala Harris allegedly having a relationship with Willie Brown 30 years ago. That makes you a hypocrite, sir. And why won't you?
No, that's not the only thing I'm mad about. She, like I say, there was.
You're mad about that. Okay. You're mad about the fact that she might have had a relationship with a guy. By the way, I find it interesting you haven't answered my question. I'll ask it again, yes or no. Have you ever called Kamala Harris the N-word? Yes or no?
I may have. I don't know. I haven't. I don't do a lot of thinking about it.
You're running for mayor.
Mr. Trump for one main reason.
Hold on a second.
Yes,
You're running for mayor of Biloxi as a Republican, and you just admitted that you might have called Kamala Harris the N-word. How can you expect? How can you expect any reasonable, not racist person to vote for you when you just said you may have called Kamala Harris the N-word? Sir, that's despicable.
There's probably some black Republicans who've called Kamala.
Well, you know what?
Harris
Then you know what? That's despicable as well, because it's one of the worst words in the dictionary, and you just admitted that you called Kamala Harris the N-word, and your excuse is, well, I think some black people might have called Kamala. Name me one black politician that's called Kamala the N-word. Name me one.
Politician. I just know there are. Like, for example, Mississippi, which is one of the most conservative states in the country.
Then they're racist.
There are many black politicians who are Republican now.
Okay, then name me one. Then name me one black politician on the record that is called Kamala the N-word or is admitted to doing so. Can you name me one?
Yeah, I'd say that crackpot from North Carolina probably has, the one who rightly lost the election.
He has never. I know what you're talking about, and he's a moron. But he's never, to my recollection, ever admitted to saying that or said that in public. Sir, you're running for mayor. You're running for mayor.
Okay, well, I'm not. I don't publicly make racial slurs, sir.
Right, but you just do it privately, so that makes it okay.
I don't know if it makes it okay. It's just natural. People are going to.
No, it's not natural. It's only natural for a Ku Klux Klan member or a bigot or a racist to use the N-word. It's not natural.
These are for sure.
It's not natural.
Go around think whatever.
You think it's natural?
I
hold on.
What I believe for the way I was raised, because of the way I didn't like the way the Jews treated me when I read the New Testament.
All right, but that's different. You think, hold on, I want to get you right. You think it's natural, as the word you used, for white people to call people the N-word in the privacy of their own home. And because you might disagree with somebody on policy, which I would imagine you disagree with Harris on policy, you think it's natural for a white person that gets angry at a black person to utter the N-word? You think that's a natural thing? Well, let me tell you something, sir. It's not natural. And when that word rolls off your tongue, it's a word of hatred and bigotry towards every black person in this country. Do you not understand that?
Well, probably not, because I hear so many blacks calling it. Like
Again, there you go back.
I understand.
There you go back to your
But,
defense of comparing it to black people calling black people, which is a completely different context and characterization.